What have you done? What have you done?
Oh, look.
We'll play a game. What do you think we got? Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome. We've got interesting times here, I guess it's fair to say.
Yeah, it was this clearance sale. I thought I'd better go to it, and I knew, well, the boys put the in the NASCAR they have lots of horsepower, and then they put all this really good induction gear in, and then they put a little restrictor plate in so they don't get too much horsepower.
So is that pretty much is that what you did to your dad?
No.
I think that's that'd be fair.
He restricted his own plate.
Oh,
I didn't have
okay.
to restrict it.
Okay.
The boys haven't got that problem.
So anyway, what's going on here? I've been requested to come down to pick up some stuff.
Well, yes, I turned up this clearing sale and it was unrestricted and very lovely
unreserved.
bloke. Unreserved, yeah. I mean, and the bloke was our neighbour, so I thought I wanted to go and have a Coke and a steak sandwich, which is, you know, and
that's traditional good. And yeah. That's a mandatory.
But anyway, stuff went too cheap. Just went too cheap.
Couldn't help yourself.
Couldn't help myself. You know, I was there and I was talking to one man, and that water trailer up there, I bought that and it was up to 2,800, and I suddenly stopped talking to him and I said, hang on, is that this? Yeah, that's going. So I just put my finger up just like that. Because we needed it.
You started twitching.
Yeah, I needed it.
So what's this thing?
Well,
is this the new weed tractor?
It's a 7140. It's been well loved, well used. It's not pristine, but yeah, I think we reckon it could be useful as an auger tractor. Auger tractor.
Yeah, well, the old Chamberlain's, it's getting long in the tooth too, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know, we've got plenty of oil leaks there.
Got racing slicks. Look at that.
See, the good thing, folks, about this is that where you see the oil leaks, you know that it's not empty. It's still got oil.
Well, if you see fresh oil that's leaking, it means there's still some in it. Yeah.
Now, apparently, we got to put. There's a connector here for the electrics, Brad. Matt will be up your alley, and we pull it out and put it in, and then you can lift the linkage.
That sounds interesting. Righto, guys. Well, we'll see what happens, but we'll tune back in because this isn't where it ends. This isn't the only thing, so there's still more to go.
Don't be like it.
It even moves. Do you know how to stop? That's probably important at the minute. One brake works. Righto, we'll go hook up to the new water trailer. That's right. There's another grasshopper. So very, very cheap. But we'll talk about that later. We've got this water trailer which we've never really had a decent, something you can hook up to a tractor and cart water around, because you could always put bigger tanks on this or whatever. But yeah, it comes with pump and a couple other bits and pieces, so yeah, it'll be helpful. Looking a bit stormy out there too, which would be lovely. Everything's a bit dry at the minute. Right, I might have to use a bit of muscle here. I don't think it pivots. How quick can you back up? How quick can you back up? Keep coming back. Four-wheel drive's, I don't think, the most important problem. Right, so Dad's ferreting over there. We've got to button down a couple of the stuff on the trailer. But yeah, this is the other weapon. It'd probably, I think this one's a little bit newer. It actually has, yeah, the engine is sort of computer controlled more so rather than the old school one. But yeah, it's got a bigger tank. So yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Could be, anyway, it was cheap, and yeah, like it all should work, so we'll see if we can figure it out. It seems a lot higher than the other one for some reason. Maybe the wheels are a bit bigger. Oh, this all looks familiar. Oh, engine start, look at that. Oh, that must be revs. Ah. That's pretty cool. Gotta figure out how to fold the boom up. Anyway, I think we've got something to work with, so that's good. Right, I don't know how this will turn out, but we'll figure it out. Let's just take everything nice and steady. So we'll maybe continue this video back at the main farm and just see what we got. Well guys, it's actually a few days after since Dad's escapades with the machinery, but yeah, there's a bit of news on that. But before we get that, I figured we'd leave it a few days so we'd figure out what we got, have a bit more of an idea before I updated that. But we received a package, and I was very surprised because I was only expecting one hat, but there is a bit of a story, so bear with me. So we were contacted by Dustin Diesel, so they've got a Instagram, like a large following on Instagram, really just promoting Australian agriculture, all that sort of stuff. They contacted us if they could use one of our pictures that we'd put on Instagram for a hat, and we said sure. So they did, so they sent some across, and here they are. So that is a New Holland themed hat, and then that's our picture under there. So that looks really cool. So all of these are available on their website. I'll put a link in the description. So then we've got just a basic dad hat, whatever they are, and we've got a cotton hat, cotton 2023 hat, and that again has picture under the brim, and yeah, there's just another one of those. So, and they sent a couple of, well, they sent a sticker, a couple of stickers, and a magnet. So yeah, very generous of them, but I thought that was pretty cool though. Using our picture like that made us feel real special. So anyway guys, check them out online on their website and also on Instagram, and yeah, I'll start yakking about these purchases. So we'll start with the case, the 7140 I believe. So basically yeah, everything's running. Engine sounds beautiful, starts beautifully. Just having trouble with the four-wheel drive. It's just a wiring issue. The covers have been off the fuses and stuff, so there's a bit of dirt, corrosion, all that sort of stuff in there. So yeah, I'm just going to need some time to nut out some of those issues, but for the time being we're going to, well, Dad's already started. I didn't actually know Dad could do any electrical work, but he started running a new wire to the solenoid that controls it, so we can at least just yeah, turn it off so we're not cruising down with four-wheel drive engaged, because it's just not good on anything. But yeah, so that's that. All in all, it's pretty solid. It's obviously just not very nice inside. All the lining, everything's, yeah, not real good, but mechanically it seems like it's okay. Dad's put a new steering hose on there that was leaking. So yeah, all in all, pretty good tractor. It looks like we thought it was a PDO seal leaking, but I think it's just some of the remotes are actually dribbling down, making it look like the PDO shaft seal is leaking. But yeah, there's a little bit of work needs to be done to the remotes. We're not going to make it like a new tractor. We're just going to love it for what it is, and it'll be a great tractor for the mother bin, auger, that sort of thing. At harvest time, the mother bin tractors cop a bit of a hiding with dust and all of that, so yeah, it's just not great. So the other thing is I'll probably potentially have a look at getting the aircon working. I think there's a couple of things like rubbers and that on the windows and the back window and that shouldn't be much. And then we'll need a new compressor. I'll get a new receiver dryer. I'll check out in the roof, see how the evaporator looks, all of that. Probably for about $1,500 maybe, we might be able to get the aircon working again, and that way it can be used for drag bucketing and all of that. Because it's got the power shift, which works good, it'll be a really good drag bucket tractor. So that is that's sort of the plan. We don't want to spend a heap of money on it, obviously, but it was a cheap tractor. We can afford to spend a little bit on it, and we have sort of needed another bit of a fill-in tractor in a way, because at harvest time we usually got the blue tractor on a mother bin, which then it's got the front end loader, so it's actually sort of a more versatile tractor to do other stuff with if you need to pick up grain with the bucket or do whatever. The trailer definitely got value out of this. We have been chasing one of those dollies at the front, just to farm, dolly whatever, because we do have a single axle trailer at the development block, but with no dolly, so this comes with the dolly and another trailer. So we'll probably reconfigure all of that. It came with 2 Honda pumps, which both of them work, it would seem. Need a little bit of work, but they run. And it came with a chemical pump, one of those SureFlow chemical pumps, which are, I think, new. They're about $2,500. So yeah, very, very good for that. We've sort of been looking at that, but all of this come out of our forklift fund. So this poor old forklift here is going to have to last a little bit longer. But yeah, Dad's going to resurrect some tanks. We did have an old comma truck. Well, it's still down in the near the other sheds on this property, but we did have a comma truck that used to sit here and have 3 of those blue tanks on it, and that was sort of like a water truck. But yeah, we might resurrect these. I think these are like 4,000 litres maybe? Oh no, 3,000. So yeah, they're 3,000 litres. We did have 3 of them. I'm not sure whether some of them have died. But anyway, that is that side of things. And I'm the only one here currently. I was just with Dad mucking around with that tractor, and I totally forgot about the camera. But we're also, while I'm walking over to the house of number 2, we're going to take the trash farmer, the one that we sold, and we fixed up all the walking beams and stuff, new hoses, all of that, and we're going to take that to the new owner maybe today. We'll see how we go. So house of number 2, it is I don't know how you look. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. We haven't sort of had that much time to think about it, but look, it's a solid sprayer. And it's in a lot better nick in a lot of ways than the other one, but there is it does need work. It will need a fair bit of work, which we've got to decide, do we want to have 2 sprayers, or do we just want 1 and 1 as spares? We don't know. The problem is we really need to widen this out to 3 meters. So the same thing like we did do the other one, we did widen that ourselves. So yeah, because at 2 meters, our tram lines are all 3 meters, so it's not very practical if it's on 2 meters. So we've got to decide what we do there. It's going to need a bit of work on the seat, and yeah, it's going to need just a bit of work here and there, tidying up stuff. But all in all, I think it's a pretty solid unit. There's a couple of cracks like what we had to deal with on the other one, bit of rust and that sort of thing, but I think all in all it is in pretty good condition. The boom probably needs a bit of plumbing work, but it looks like we got it's not sort of flogged out too bad in the eyelets like we had to rebuild on the other one. We do have an issue with one of the rams leaking and I can't get the booms to go down, so yeah, we're not sure exactly, but yeah, this just swings out over time, but I can't get the boom to sort of come down into the cradle. It's got the bigger wheels. It's got the 44 inch, maybe 42 inch rims, so it's got the bigger wheels, which means that yeah, it actually should float a bit better, ride bumps a bit better, all of that. So that's a good feature. When Brad was contracting with the other house, he would dream of owning one of these with the bigger tank and the bigger wheels. So this one's a 3,000 litre tank, or maybe just a smidgen over, whereas the other one's only 2,800. So an extra couple hundred litres in the tank, which is always good. So this is the telling bit. If it's a mess in here, I might just walk away. That's not too bad. Well, that's the seat. That's for the air supply for the seat. So that might be the problem there. But no, that looks pretty tidy in there, to be honest. That's good. They're usually a complete mess in there, not just a little mess. So anyway, I think it just seemed to have a bit more grunt. The engine's probably got a little bit more horsepower being electric controlled, but I don't even know what engine it is, to be honest. But it, yeah, the hydros seem to have a good amount of grunt to them as well. It yeah, really hooked in when I was driving it back home. So doesn't look like there's a little bit of leak there, nothing major. So yeah, I think it's a solid unit for what it is. So yeah, we'll just have to really figure out what we want to do. Well, it's the afternoon. Dad's back from his trip to town, and we haven't.
Moments, don't you?
What, when you're working?
Oh, no, my hands are shaking and my eyes are failing.
I should actually show you guys his electrical work. He tells me he can't possibly do any electrical work, but I think when he's got the vision, he can. So this wire goes down to the solenoid for the forward drive under there, and back around behind the seat. Got it earthed out there, and then I told him which wire to connect it to up on the switch there. And now we can use the original switch to engage and disengage the front wheel drive. So,
but you didn't tell him that you weren't available to help me diagnose or anything. It was all on my own, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, no, you did. You pretty much, yeah. No, you just told me that. What did you do this morning?
Oh, I had it hot wired, and I needed you to check that it was activating.
Yeah. So no, he got it. He figured out the problem. So that's impressive.
Don't tell anyone. That's our little secret.
Yeah, just hopefully Brad and Phil don't see it. Otherwise, I'll get you to do more, eh?
Don't want people thinking I'm smarter than I am.
So anyway, you might be wondering why this cultivator is hooked to this tractor, and we can't work out whether Dad coerced me or, well, I didn't really coerce. He didn't take much coercing anyway, at least.
You saw the opportunity to get me involved, taking it down the road so you could do what you want to do.
Well, Dad reckons that I just, because I knew if this tractor was going down to deliver this to the new owners, then yeah, Dad would be all involved and he'd pretty much do it himself. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. But anyway, we figured, save wearing out the tracks on the Challenger, we'd yeah, take this thing, and it lifts it up all right. We've got a few leaky remotes, but we've pinned up the wings, so we've got one set of remotes that work, so that's good. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. There was no stopper. It doesn't stop the engine, so Dad wired up or plumbed in a bit of rod going through the firewall. to stop it. So
Because there was no solenoid on it.
oh dear. Anyway, might as well wear out what little rubber's left on this thing than the tracks on the Challenger. Yeah, I think so. You got fuel? Got air conditioning? Yeah, righto. Don't smash the window with rocks. So off it goes. So the drawbar actually needs to be swapped around. It's a bit, the orientation's a bit wrong there, but this thing's fairly well balanced, so just to cart it down it'll be alright. We'll see see what we find. So other news before we close off the video. I sent Dad to town to do some shopping, and we've kind of escalated our storage situation. It's just I've been holding off for so long, not wanting to spend a heap of money on the Milwaukee pack-out setup, because they are quite expensive. But there's just, I can't see a practical another solution. We've got these things here that work good for the stuff you're accessing all the time, like fuses, but they deteriorate pretty quick, and yeah, just they end up going all rotten. These are all right, but you get a lot of dust and stuff in them and that, so we kind of bit the bullet a bit, and I've been just slowly sorting out some stuff. So we what do we got? We got the heat shrink in here, so that's all nice and tidy. We've got, oh yeah, that's right, clip that out. We've got plugs in here, so I've got the Deutsch plugs and the weather pack plugs, so they're all in there. And then I got the lugs for your battery cables and some terminals, so they're all in there. And the reason is that we did have like all the lugs in these sort of containers, these cheap ones, but they're just not sturdy enough. Like these things, you can drop it, you can leave them out in the rain, you can just do whatever and they'll be everything will be all right. But yeah, unfortunately it's just a fair bit of money to do it, but anyway, it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. So I've got some RF connections for your radio antenna stuff, so there's that, and yeah, that's basically all I got for the minute, plus obviously the air conditioning stuff, which I have done. And I've actually just spent a bit of time this morning. Oh, why not? I might as well pull it all out and show you. I spent a fair bit of time doing it, so I don't want to waste it. So this was that air conditioning repair kit for the hoses, or making new hoses kit, and I drew up a paper one just with a pencil, and I got my wife to print it all out, and I'm just checking it over, and then we'll laminate it, and we'll leave a laminated sheet in there that has all the part numbers that we need, and I'll put little things there to see what goes where. And also, couldn't help myself, we got the extra kit, so there'll be another one of these coming that just has some of the other more common sizes in it as well. So yeah, it's getting to the point, it's almost worse now than it was during COVID, where you just can't get things that you used to be able to get, and things seem to be taking longer to get them. So we're sort of everywhere, I guess, is losing different services, so it's not as easy just to take something into town and get it fixed. We're very lucky to be here. Our local town has usually got everything. Everything can be repaired fairly promptly, but still, particularly with the development block where you're nearly an hour away from town, if we can have the gear ready and go and do it ourselves, it just saves a lot of time. So all of this will pay itself back pretty quick. Well, I hope so anyway. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and do hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.